So this is our DAPP, and you can actually access it right from internetmoney.io. You can click the buy and burn button. But we are in the final stages of being done with this. We've actually already launched the buy and burn contract for HEX. It already exists, and I am. We're just finalizing some final few bugs in the DAPP. But so if you go up to the top there, so like you see where it says Internet Money, if you click that, there you go. You can click on HEX. Yep. And so what you'll be able to do is the fuel for the buy and burn is time. And if you see the deposit button there, anybody can deposit their time. And you can also withdraw it as well. And only the person that deposited it can withdraw it. So what happens is instead of the individual holder that holds the time earning the dividends, the contract itself will earn the dividends. And it uses whenever somebody, if you go back up to the top as well, if that buy and burn HEX button right there, whenever somebody clicks that, 100% of the available dividends in the buy and burn contract buys HEX, buys IM off the open market, and burns it. And all of these functions here are available for everybody to call.
Buys it with what? With the time that you deposit?
Not the time, with the dividends it earned, with the ETH or the pulse.
Oh, that's extremely interesting. So essentially, because whether you're on, if you're on Pulse Chain and you're holding time, let's say you have 100 time, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
you can get a certain amount of Pulse Chain, right? But let's say you don't want that for yourself. Let's say you're for whatever reason, the altruistic reasons, you want to benefit the community. So what you could do is you deposit your time in a smart contract and use the rewards that were allocated towards you to buy and burn HEX. Is that correct?
Correct. But everybody, so it becomes a pool. So if everybody deposits, so if 1,000 people deposit 100 time, you now have 100,000 time. That's a buyer and burner in the system. Now, here's becomes the ultimate question. Why would anybody ever do this? Why would they give up their dividends? Well, it's a great question. And the answer is you would never give up your actual principal. I mean, unless you want to. But here's the narrative, right? So let's say you're going to go buy HEX. Okay. What is What is a $10 buy of HEX going to do for you or do for the chart? Nothing for all intents and purposes. You're going to buy what? All right now, 100 HEX. Great. I mean, maybe that reaches $10 one day. I don't know. But for all intents and purposes, it does nothing. So what the narrative becomes is if, let's say, everybody in any given community buys $10 of time, it's bullish for time holders, right? That's going to be a lot of buy pressure there. And you deposit just that teeny bit, you now get buy pressure by multiples. Because if 10,000 people buy $10 of time, then now you have $100,000 worth of time in this contract, but it only costs each individual person $10. So basically, it's not, hey, deposit your whole position here. It's buy a little bit for the cause, a little bit. That's the ultimate narrative.
Interesting. So essentially, this gives like the community an altruistic reason to perhaps come together and using essentially free value help the ecosystem pumping their own bags kind of thing if they kind of choose to participate in this.
Exactly, but it can also be extended further. So let's say, because right now it's just IM and HEX, right? It's our already existing little niched ecosystem. But let's say we go out to some other community, some other meme coin or some other project or whatever. They want to pump a middle for their project. Hey, we're the Internet Money team. We can launch a buy and burn for your token. So now their token, they can just instruct their community to come over and buy time, put it in there, use the wallet now. And by using Internet Money wallet, they're buying and burning their token too. So it's like it becomes this symbiotic relationship between communities because now we take another objection, right? Why would people use MetaMask over the Internet Money wallet if they love HEX? Even if you haven't bought time and put it in there, you're actually not doing HEX a service by going directly to the DEX. Because if you use the in-app swap on Internet Money wallet, you would have just bought and burned HEX. So now the question becomes, why aren't you using the Internet Money wallet? Even if you don't put time in there. Every swap in the Internet Money wallet will buy and burn HEX. Isn't that a powerful thought?
That's very, very interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious if, especially because like for something like this that have an impact, I think you really need that kind of volume. Yeah, this is one of those things where it's kind of like a new innovative idea. I'm very curious to what extent this will be kind of utilized.
Well, what we can say is that we as the team, we will be putting up the first amount of time for all these contracts. So even if nobody else participates, there will be time in there that we provide. So there will be something in there.
Super, super interesting stuff.
If it's not your keys, not your crypto, get low to hate in the air, cause we hold our own coins, we ain't sticking a share. And we ain't playing it fair, we need billions. Going straight to the moon, don't need ceilings. Yeah, she fine as a whoop, don't need feelings. If she sweet, then some of these secrets reveal them. You could peep too, just come subscribe. It's Brandon B, coming alive. All the haters, we supposed to kill them. Going on this road from broke to billion.